Ho, 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 and welcome to the Pop Culture Junkie podcast. I'm Shauna, here with
Olivia.
And we have been busy wrapping up this year. Get it? Wrapping, like presents.
You come up with that one yourself?
No, it was on the script right here.
Okay,
right here.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, we don't have a script. I totally made that up.
Yeah. You can't see the white paper.
No, of course not. No matter what, we always have to spend time with our dear listeners, no matter how busy we are.
Or naughty you were this year.
I know. Do you think you're on the naughty list or the nice list?
Oh, I'm definitely on the naughty list.
I am too.
Yeah. I'm just a naughty little girl.
A bad girl. So what have you been up to?
I, shocker, was in San Francisco last weekend on the hunt for a new place. So it was raining for the first time there since I've been there. Not ever, but since I've been there.
What's this?
Since I've been there. What's this? What's this? That was a Christmas reference if you couldn't figure out what we're talking about today, you guys. And I was running around, no umbrella, in the pouring rain, as a person from the desert. I was so afraid. If you live in Arizona, you will be happy to know that no one knows how to drive in the rain.
Oh, good. That's good. That's comforting, at least.
You know, it was torrential downpour.
Every video you sent me from that weekend, you were just so wet. And then you eventually stopped commenting on it, but you were still wet in the videos.
Yes, and I was going on a date, and I had very minimal time in the from the time I ended my tours and work to go on said date. And then, so I got very ready in the morning, not anticipating rain. And then by the end of it, I looked like a wet friggin' dog. However, he
likes wet dogs. That's good, right?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if he likes wet dogs. He likes dogs. So that's good. But no, specifically, I used e.l.f. primer because I was like, okay, it's going to be a long day. I'm going to go on all these apartment and place tours. I need to make sure that my makeup stays on point. And I use this e.l.f. primer.
Is it the sticky one?
It's the pink one. Yeah, it's very sticky.
The one that Jennifer Coolidge does. Wow. Oh, wow. This primer's amazing.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if it's that. I'll have to post it on the Instagram. Yes. But it was amazing. Okay. Not a single budge. My hair, on the other hand, did these bangs, baby.
Dude, that's the struggle when you have bangs is when there's weather. They don't stay where you want them to.
I've realized that I need to start eyelash gluing them down at the tips so they don't move around.
Just go like this and put your hand here.
And then just push up.
And then I always do a spritz of hairspray.
Yeah.
Because I still want them to look like they have movement, but not actually move.
Okay. That's smart. Yeah.
And then if you go like that, you make sure you don't get the hairspray on your face.
Yeah.
Right?
I think in that moment, I needed eyelash glue. There was wind, there was rain, it was everything. That's true. If
anybody else with bangs has some hot tips, please let us know. The bang girls.
Yeah. So I toured so many places. However, if you don't know anything about San Francisco, there are a lot of homeless people in San Francisco. Yeah. The rain did hide a lot of the homeless people from me. So I went on tours in places that are not safe for a single woman to live in.
Oh, gosh.
And I thankfully asked the doorman, I was like, what neighborhood is this? And they were like, it's the Tenderloin. And I was like, oh, okay.
I like tenderloins.
You don't like the tenderloin if you live there.
Oh, that's I thought you meant a nice cut of beef or something.
I do. I like a tenderloin cut of beef. I don't like the tenderloin. It's where all of them live.
Oh, well, I hope that there's some kind of good housing community and shelter program in place.
Yes.
There,
well, speaking of that.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
speaking of the unhoused.
Oh, gosh. I got offered a job today.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
I haven't accepted it yet, so maybe I shouldn't say where it's
at. We'll leave it at.
I will be working with people from the unhoused community and victims of domestic violence and assault getting back on their feet and helping women in a whole new way. Yes. So, if I accept that $1 million job offer from a nonprofit. We don't get into that work for the money, do we?
Yes, no. Our social justice warrior over here.
Honestly, a little bleeding heart.
Yes. I'm about to be bleeding money, so.
I mean, that's true. You will be in San Francisco bleeding money while I'm Phoenix still with my bleeding heart. It's going to work out great. We'll just send each other vials of blood.
Yes.
Or we could wear little necklaces like Angelina and her brother.
And it's Billy Bob Thornton. But
I thought it was her brother.
No, she just made out with her brother on the red carpet. That's
okay, we could do that too.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I've been up to. Also, just kind of watching the regular shows. We went
and saw Wicked.
We did. I figured we'd talk about that at the end, though. Okay. Unless you want to talk about it now.
Okay, no, we can talk about it.
We did see Wicked, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We're just watching the usual stuff, me and Andrew. We're watching this anime called Dandadan.
Don't drop that
Basic Dandadan.
Okay.
And it is so over the top and funny. And it's about this like kind of nerdy kid who believes in aliens. And then this popular girl who believes in ghosts. And they like run into each other in a quirky set of circumstances like most animes and become best friends who kind of like hunt ghosts and aliens together.
Okay.
But then in like the first episode, he's abducted by an alien and it steals his dick.
Oh, wow. Okay. They don't probe him. They steal his probe.
Oh, they try to probe her, but then, they steal his penis.
Okay.
Or maybe it was one of the ghosts. Somewhere along the line, his penis is stolen.
Okay.
And then she has to help him get it back.
Okay.
And then he gets that back, but it's just the shaft and there's no balls. So it sounds so absurd. I promise it is so
What is going on over there? Okay.
So then he has to go and find his balls. So at the point
this is literally an episode of South Park, but it's the penis.
It's my penis. When Mr. Garrison's penis. What's that they say? If you love your penis, let it go. If it loves you, it'll come back.
Yeah.
I am such a grown-up.
Inspired a whole anime.
It did. So where I'm at in the anime, so far he's retrieved one of his testicles. So he's got the shaft and one ball.
Oh, so
and
it's
they're
like
probably going to fall in love at some
Infinity
point.
Stone style?
He's got to collect all of the testicles.
What's the name of this?
Dun-dun-dun.
Oh, yeah, duh. You said that. I distracted myself with my own.
Dun-dun-dun.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's really funny and it doesn't take itself very seriously, obviously.
I hope so. You just have like the most serious. I
lost my penis and my ball.
Well, yeah. Got the penis back, not the balls.
It was just the shaft. Yeah.
Okay, Lance Armstrong.
That's what I thought. I was like, a lot of people do things with one testicle. That's fine.
Look at little Lancey.
It's fine.
Sir Lancelot. Yeah.
So that's what I've been doing.
I love that for you so much.
Oh my gosh. Dandadan is not Christmas themed, but there are balls like holly balls. And I don't know. That's a terrible segue.
Yeah.
Today we're talking about holiday movies. Yeah. So we're going to take a quick break and then stop talking about genitalia. So we've talked about holiday horror films on this podcast and holiday films in general, but we have yet to take a hard look at the movie genre.
A hard one.
A hard look at the movie genre that has become inescapable every year, the Christmas rom-com. These insubstantial cookie-cutter romance movies are like cinematic herpes. You have to try very hard or be very lucky to avoid catching one of them.
Who doesn't think about herpes on the holidays?
David, ew.
It is the gift that keeps on giving.
Oh my God. The Hallmark Channel gets blamed for the worst of these movies. The formulaic big city girl returns to her small town home to learn the true meaning of love.
And herpes.
From some hunky hometown boy who bakes gingerbread houses or runs a Christmas tree farm or some stupid shit like that. Almost every network and streaming service offers movies like this. So we are going to talk about the genre in general and then talk about a movie that we both watched that I actually really enjoyed. It was nonsense.
Yes.
Hot Frosty.
Yes.
Which sounds like something you shouldn't look up on Urban Dictionary. Like, give that girl a hot Frosty. Looks like, you know what I mean?
Try something new for the holiday season. We're all about experimenting here.
This is true.
No, sexy, sentient snowman is not something that I knew I needed in my life.
Yeah.
But yes, I went into it after you told me to watch it because you were like, it was silly, goofy.
Yeah.
I actually thought it was kind of cute. Of course.
It was adorable.
The sexy, sentient snowman delivered. He was sexy, sentient, and
And a snowman.
For a little bit, for a second.
You know what? Actually, I made a Schitt's Creek reference, and I didn't even realize. It took me like halfway through the movie to realize that that's Alexis's like boyfriend vet guy from Schitt's Creek.
Oh, I didn't realize that either.
He looks totally different.
Because he has long hair?
Yeah.
He looks a lot hotter with the long hair.
Really? Yeah. I kind of prefer him with the short hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know.
I like a
I do too, but I don't know.
You know, maybe those Fabia romance novels rubbed off on me more than I thought. God, because I do love like a long hair. Yeah. Locks. As I date bald men all the time.
It's like, you're super into bald guys. There's no in between.
I don't like a short-haired man.
Cue ball or Fabio hair. Yeah. There's nothing in between.
Honestly, it's very true.
That is so
It's funny. Very, very true.
I like a beard.
Okay, but Sexy Sentient Snowman Man, Hot Frosty, as it's called on Netflix. It has Gretchen Wieners in it. And it cannot...
Lacey Chabert.
Oh, good job. I could not be bothered. She's Gretchen Wieners. I'm sorry.
I could not be bothered. I think it's Chabert, but maybe I'm just saying that like the Colbert Report or something. Mrs. Chabert.
So she's in it, and her husband dies of cancer.
Her husband dies of cancer, yes. And she lives in this little rundown house.
Because he used to be a contractor.
Yeah.
And it's a very small town, like so small. It's like, what, like 100 people?
Yeah, and there's one cop who is like the comic relief / antagonist of the movie because he wants to arrest Hot Frosty for streaking.
Yes.
Because when he got turned into a human, he, of course, had no clothes on, and he had to, like, rob a thrift shop, and he bought a jumpsuit that said Jack. Get it?
Yeah, Jack Frost. My favorite holiday horror movie, if you haven't listened to that episode.
Every time you say that, though, I think
of the Michael Keaton one?
And I was like, I don't think that was a horror movie.
No, I was talking about this in my office last week, and they were like the Michael Keaton one? And I was like, no, it's not.
Fair. If my deceased parent came back to me in the form of a snowman... I would be horrified.
You'd be like your mom.
Yeah, but it would be horrifying. She's got like sticks for arms.
But what if she was like
sticks for arms?
What if she was like Hot Frosty version, not like 6-pack of abs, but like she looked like herself?
Then that'd be fine. Okay. And then I would, I guess, have to win her over with love and turn her into a human.
You'd have to get like a really big freezer so she could stick around.
This movie's so stupid if you don't think through it. Because... yeah, he's a snowman, so he starts to, like, melt. Yeah. But it's basically just him being moist all the time.
Ugh.
Moist. As Andrew said, is that just an excuse for him to have wet abs for the whole movie? And it's like, essentially, yes.
Yeah, baby oil that baby up,
he's melting.
Yeah.
And then when he gets thrown in jail, it's very warm in the jail, and he starts to actually die.
I actually didn't realize until this exact moment, it's kind of like a... I'm a terrible Disney person. The one where they have to like be kissed. Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, Sleeping Beauty and Snow White. It's essentially both
to be like a real person.
Yeah, to come back from like a coma.
Yeah,
I guess that was kind of...
yeah.
So, okay, questions about Hot Frosty.
Not that I'm comparing the Hot Frosty script to Sleeping Beauty.
I mean, they're both kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
Okay, my favorite thing about Hot Frosty... is when he finds... okay, so he's learning everything he can from TV, right?
Yeah.
She leaves him at home at one point. Well, she works at her little diner. Of course, she works at a fucking diner. He goes into the basement and finds all of her dead husband's stuff. He finds a death record or like the note from the doctor. And in Comic Sans, it says, doctor's notes, start chemotherapy ASAP in Comic Sans. And he's like, wow, I don't know what any of that means, but it sounds not good. And then he goes, what's cancer? How can he read, first of all?
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
How does he read? How does he speak English?
That's a good plot hole. That's a good plot hole.
How do we know he's like an English-speaking Hot Frosty? What if she put like the scarf around him and he comes to life and he's like, Ciao, Bella.
Yeah, Sexy Sentient Snowman. Yeah. I don't know.
So somehow he speaks English and can read.
How did we all speak in a language at some point, you know?
We learned it, though.
I know, but how did the first person learn a language?
I guess they invented it.
But like how? I'm not even smoking weed anymore.
Like, I feel so high right now. But like, how did words start?
No, literally,
man?
as a kid, I used to ask my mom this question like over and over, and she just went, "I don't know, man.
Go ask your dad. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, please shut up. You're so annoying. Give me a moment of rest."
I please. I need to. Mommy needs her special juice.
Meanwhile,
please
I'm like
leave.
barging into the bathroom, like, "What are you doing?"
That was me. My mom's on the phone with my uncle at one point when I was little, and I walk up to her because, of course, when you're a kid, you don't care if your parents are on the phone.
Yeah,
you're like, what I need to say is more important. I walk up and I'm like, "Mom, what's an orgasm?" And I just remember her going, "She just asked me what an orgasm is."
I gotta go.
And I was standing there like, yeah, I'm so hung up. And she's like, "It's the peak."
How old were you?
I mean, maybe 10.
Oh my! How did you hear this?
I have no idea. I knew what sex was at a certain point, but like I didn't know what an orgasm was.
Yeah.
And so she told me, and I was like,
"Isn't that the female experience?"
I didn't know what an orgasm was until I was 25 years old. Anyway, Hot Frosty. He doesn't have fingerprints because he's a snowman.
Yeah.
But eventually he turns human.
Yeah.
Oh no. My other favorite thing about Hot Frosty, besides the Comic Sans and the he has cancer report, is she's at the cafe in the inn and she's like, you guys aren't going to believe me, but he's a snowman. And everyone went, "Yeah, we know." Yeah. She's, "You guys all knew?" And they're like, yeah, it's a Christmas miracle. Duh.
Yeah.
Like everyone was just fine. This man is a snowman.
I thought it was really silly, really funny. I thought it was good enough. Like Gretchen Wieners, again, that's her name. I think she did well. Like I think she has good comedic timing. Yeah. It was fun enough. I knew it was going to be a terrible movie. It's a Netflix Christmas movie.
Oh, but I loved it. I'm talking a lot of shit, but I loved it.
Yeah. So I thought it was cute. She had good timing. I did love the Lindsay Lohan Christmas movie that we talked about where Shauna and I literally muted it and made up our own words while drinking instead because it was such a bad movie. They make a joke and she goes, "Wow, that really looks like a girl I went to high school with."
Yeah,
which
she's
means
like
canonically that Mean Girls was also in that town, right? Because like she's from that small town.
Yeah, maybe.
Weird. I don't like that. Also,
nope. Maybe it's just the multiverse of Mean Girls.
Or maybe she married Mr. Contractor Cancer Man.
Contractor Cancer Man. That's so
and then moved there,
Yeah, that's true. It's all the multiverse of Mean Girls. And I think we need to do a deep dive on this.
I want a sequel where Caddy steals hot, sexy, sentient snowman man in Hawaii.
Oh, I thought you were going to say steals something with the multiverse of madness or something. It steals the dark hole.
Steals the Infinity Stones.
Steals the groomery.
Dun-dun-dun's balls.
Dun-dun-dun's balls. It's just all in there. It's the whole multiverse. God, it's nonsense. Anyway, yes, Hot Frosty was perfect if you just...
Want a silly, stupid movie.
Yeah, and that's what we needed. I watched it like 2 days after the election, I think, because I said, I want something that is just... I don't need to think too deeply. Mm-hmm. And of course, I spent the next 2 days like, how did he know how to speak?
She was not
how
thinking
can he
deeply.
Read? But I needed something silly. And
you were thinking on the level of 5-year-old Olivia
literally,
at that moment.
Mommy, what's an orgasm and what are words? And how did they become things that we say?
Like the word orgasm.
Poor moms out there. Respect all the moms.
Literally.
But I think that's kind of what you get with these like Hallmark rom-coms, right?
Have you watched the Chad Michael Murray one yet?
No, but I want to.
Okay, I haven't either.
Oh God, what's it called? They're like male strippers.
Yes.
Merry Gentlemen. I think that's
Merry
it.
Gentlemen is the name of it. It's on Netflix. And this girl is a Broadway dancer and she's trying to save her family's bar that's like a jazz club or something. Yeah. And again, neither of us have seen it. But
I'm going to for the abs.
Yeah. In order to save the bar, she decides she's going to host a male stripper show.
All male review.
Yeah, on Christmas Eve to save the bar. And
the way Jesus would want it.
Yeah, so it's like Magic Mike Christmas style. And I don't know. Chad Michael Murray doesn't do it for me.
Dude, Okay, he didn't do it for me back in the day, but like watching the previews from this, I think this man got finer with age.
Ew.
Maybe it's because we're getting finer with age.
Yeah, I think the opposite. Like,
really?
I think he was more attractive when he was younger.
When like Cinderella
and
story?
then enough blonde men hurt me in my past.
Oh,
where
yeah, I never trust a blonde man. No.
We don't do it. Sorry, blonde men. No blonde men are listening to this. Let's be honest.
Blonde man, and you listen to this, please, like, just let us know.
We like you a little bit more than the blonde men that I've dated because you listen to us, but
yeah,
because they definitely
you
didn't.
earned some points by listening to this podcast. We'll put it in the plus column. But I don't know. There's something about him. He does it for me.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the abs.
Yeah, I think it's the abs. He released a calendar as well.
Yeah,
like, he's really
that.
full blown going into this now, where it's like every month he's dressed like in a sexy little costume.
Like sexy male stripper. Have you ever been to a male strip club?
A gay club, yeah.
Okay, but not like a
gay stripper club, yeah.
So
but not like
girls
a
there?
Magic Mike. I mean, there were women there.
Okay,
yeah.
I got you.
But like the audience was men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to go to this one in Phoenix called Dick's Cabaret.
I love that. Is it still open? Let's go.
I have no idea if Dick's Cabaret is still open.
Okay.
I haven't gone since I was maybe like 18 or 19.
Okay.
And me and Stephanie and Jessica used to go. And I remember calling for the hours once. Because this was how long ago this was.
You were 18?
Yeah, and we were like, hi, we just
Full
know it's time you guys
7
open.
years.
Full skull. We had to call them from the yellow pages, see? We want to know what time the dicks are here. And they answered the phone with, Dick's Cabaret, home of the biggest cock in the Southwest.
I love that. What a tagline. Like, they better not be closed.
I hope they're still alive. It was in like the industrial part of downtown Phoenix where you're driving and you're like, maybe we shouldn't get out of the car, ladies. Like, we're teenagers.
Yeah. Was it mainly women there, or was it also a lot of men?
It was like a mix.
Okay.
And then for my bachelorette party, we did Thunder from Down Under.
Oh, was that fun?
Oh, it was so fun, dude. And
yeah.
I had like the sash and the, tiara, or not the tiara, the fucking veil.
Yeah.
And so they brought me up on stage.
Yeah,
the stripper kissed me.
Ooh.
Did I ever tell you that story?
No.
Oh my God. He was so fine. He was a fireman.
Ooh.
I mean, I don't think professionally he was a fireman. I think that was probably his costume. Anyway.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe a volunteer firefighter.
He's fighting that fire in my heart.
And he's Australian because it's Thunder from Down Under.
Oh.
And he's like,
those aren't real, right?
You don't think so?
I think it's about as real as your Australian accent. Yeah.
Crikey. He smelled so good.
I'd hope so.
Like whipping me around in an office chair. I don't know why. He's a fireman with an office chair.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Don't ask questions. Just like with Hot Frosty.
And it was so confusing. Like, I don't know what to say while I'm up there. Like, everyone's staring at you. So I just went, you smell really good. And he's like, thanks. Thanks, Sheila. And he did that thing where he taps his cheek and you like go in to kiss, and he turned and kissed me on the mouth.
Ugh, what a cheater.
I know. At my bachelorette party,
he sullied you.
He sullied me.
He sullied your good name.
I've never been, that was my first kiss. My husband and I were saving it.
I was saving it for marriage, Duggar style.
Oh, God. Oh my God, this is a rant-heavy episode, and I am A-okay with it.
Yes.
Did you watch anything else besides Hot Frosty? I watched one with my grandma because she loves those Hallmark romance movies.
Yes.
And gosh, it was one of the girls from The Walking Dead. I don't remember the actress's name, but she is a sports therapist, like physical therapist, and her client is a professional athlete. And at first, they don't like each other very much because they got very different attitudes about Christmas and life. And then in the end, they fall in love. And it was delightful.
Yeah. How can people fall in love if they don't like Christmas and one loves Christmas, Yeah, I think that Hallmark movies traditionally, are very formulaic, very standard of big city girl goes home, falls in love. I don't typically like those movies.
Yeah.
Like, I think I was able to watch Hot Frosty because it was like a silly, like, sentient snowman.
And he's hot.
Yeah, and he's hot. That didn't hurt. But so I wanted to go on a mission to find a Christmas movie that actually did not fit the formulaic Christmas romance movie.
Did you find one?
I did. I ended up crying in the middle of the day because I was also working. I was like, let me find this Christmas movie.
I'm going to turn off my brain a little.
So it was Last Christmas with Emilia Clarke and Henry
I haven't
Golding.
seen that one yet, but I heard it's sad.
Oh my God, it's so sad. It came out in 2019 and it's very sweet. It's got a very good message. I think I identified with, so I had seen it before in COVID times, actually. And my brother and his wife are like literally falling in love. And I'm over here like drinking every day, single, alone, in COVID, like a total mess. And I remember like resonating with the movie a lot because Emilia Clarke is like this not put together. I think she's 26 or 27 in the movie. She's very like
our age.
Yeah, our age. So she's very like unkempt, not put together, like struggling in life. And I really remember like resonating with the movie. But the end of the movie is so freaking sad that I cried my eyes out. I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, I need to watch it. Don't spoil it.
I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it. But it is such a good movie, and it's all about life and like helping people and appreciating what you have. And the character in it, Emilia Clarke, you know, was really sick at one point, and I kind of went through a similar journey when I was younger, and I really, really liked it. But I was trying to rewatch it so I could talk about it on this podcast, and
she accidentally traumatized herself.
I cried my eyes out at like 3:30 today. I watched it today, and I was like, God, why am I crying in the middle of the day? Thankfully,
got me crying in the club Tuesday.
Thankfully, it wasn't a busy work day, but there are some really good movies. And I think like not being formulaic makes a good Christmas movie. Like you look at like Elf. And that is just, no one had any idea that Elf would work. Like it was just Will Ferrell.
And it did have a little romance in there, which is like funny.
But it was just mainly Will Ferrell running around New York City in a freaking like elf costume. And tights.
I love Christmas movies. They make me feel happy. And like if you're watching the Hallmark ones, more power to you. You know what you're getting. Sometimes we need those like no surprises.
Traditional, typical.
Yeah.
That's interesting. You like those, but
I don't like seek them out unless I'm in the mood for something that's like
no-brainer.
Yeah, a no-brainer. I do appreciate that they're getting a little more diverse now. Like,
yes,
I remember seeing those graphics where it's all like a white couple, a white straight couple who are all in like their 20s or 30s, and they're all wearing the green and red sweaters. It's like every single cover of the same. Like a repeat.
Spot the difference in these images.
So now they're just starting to have more like people of color, more like LGBTQ people in there, which I like. That. I really did like Happiest Season with Kristen Stewart. Did you not see this one? Oh, it's so good. So
it's a Hallmark movie?
No, it's a Netflix original, I think. It came out in 2020. I'm sorry, it's Hulu.
Okay.
So she is dating this woman, Mackenzie Davis's character named Harper, and Harper's not out to her parents yet, so brings Kristen Stewart's character home for the holidays, but just has to tell everyone they're just friends.
And they were roommates.
Aubrey Plaza's in it, and she plays a lesbian too, which just kind of makes everyone gayer.
I've seen clips of this, but I've never actually seen it.
Yeah, give it a whirl.
I'll watch
give it a watch. It's definitely, I mean, it's a rom-com, but it's about, finding yourself and being true to yourself over the holidays and family. And I enjoyed it. Yeah.
I love that.
It was good stuff.
We definitely need more representation within it. Again, we talked about this last Christmas. I'm more of like a holiday horror person.
I do like a good holiday horror.
I love the silliness, the campiness, the goofiness of it all deep down. But if you had to like only watch one Christmas movie for the rest of your life, what would it be? God.
Jim Carrey's How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Damn it, that was going to be mine. Okay, to be original, I would say The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Really? Is that a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie?
It's a Christmas movie in my mind. Yeah.
My other one would probably be Home Alone 2.
Ooh, yeah, but Trump's in that.
fuck, you're right.
I know, it ruins everything good.
Man, can't we just digitally edit him?
Yeah. In my mind, he's gone.
He's gone.
In my mind, he's gone.
Christmas miracle.
That's the real miracle. Someone edits him out.
Someone edits him out. Somebody please send us a copy of the non-Trump cut.
Yeah. That would be great. That's all we want for Christmas.
We can replace him with some other millionaire. Yeah, let's take a quick break. And I want to talk about a movie that's not a holiday-specific film, but something that is going to be very popular, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be watching this Christmas in theaters. So Olivia and I went on a little movie date last night.
We did.
I mean, this is coming out like weeks later, but that's fine.
Yes.
At some point in the not too distant past, we went on a movie date and we saw Wicked.
Yes.
You didn't have, like, you've never seen the musical, neither have I. And you were like, I guess we can see this. Yeah.
Shauna texted me and was like, can we go see Wicked? And I was like, I am not a musical person or a theater kid. Did you do theater as a kid?
A little bit.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely like a competitive dancer, and I'm not much of a singer. I know that's shocking, right?
Who'd have thunk?
With this voice.
Just Creed.
Just Creed. That's the only thing I'm good at singing.
Us at karaoke every time. Every time.
But I do really like musicals. I love Moulin Rouge and Chicago.
Moulin Rouge is classic.
Yeah, The Greatest Showman, all of that. I love it.
I actually never saw that movie.
Really? It's like my husband's favorite movie. So random.
What?
I'm going to put him out here a little bit. That song, there's a song from it. I don't remember what it's called. But he gets a little teary-eyed every time it comes on.
Oh, God.
I caught him watching YouTube videos of it once and just a little misty-eyed. I'll have to send it to you. It's a beautiful song.
Okay. I'm going to make fun of him forever.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I liked Wicked. It was a little long.
Yeah.
But I think that I'm not a huge Ariana Grande fan either. I think she's a little problematic, but she did a great job.
Yes.
I can't believe that voice comes out of that tiny little body.
Oh, emphasis on the tiny little body. So I would say
body shaming here, obviously, but
yeah. So I'm gonna say here's my quick spoiler-free review. God damn it! Why can Jonathan Bailey not be bisexual just for my own personal fantasies? That would be amazing.
Is he bi? So he likes girls too?
No, he's not.
Why can't he be bisexual?
Why can't he be bisexual?
I got so hopeful.
Yeah, same. That's what I said. Why can't he be bisexual? Just so I could dream that one day I would have a chance.
Oh my God. I whispered to you so many times throughout the movie, he's so handsome.
Yeah.
He's just so
the
handsome.
only reason I said yes to going was because I wanted to stare at Jonathan Bailey more.
He's so good looking.
Dancing, singing, he's even hotter than he is in Bridgerton. 2, every time SpongeBob was on screen, total freaking jump scare.
We both went, ugh.
Yeah, no, he makes this comment about family not being sad in the very first 5 minutes of the movie. And I went, sure, your family doesn't feel that way.
Yeah. Or it was something about I bet your family misses you. And you said, I bet your kids miss you.
And I was like, the editors did him so dirty keeping that in there. Dude. And then, unfortunately, I think that Ariana did an amazing job in the movie, both singing. I think her comedic timing was amazing. I had a very hard time looking at her purely as someone coming out of being a teenager in the 2000s.
I got you.
And it really triggered a part of me that reminded me of that picture of Lindsay Lohan and Nicole Richie when in the tabloids, emaciated. And it was jarring at certain points. And, everyone is on their own journey, but you could definitely tell when certain scenes were filmed just by how skinny she was getting throughout the film.
Yeah, I could see that.
And, she's commented on having health issues and things like that, whatever they are. Wish her love and light. But it being a PG movie really scared me because
you could see how it could be triggering, or at least
she's promoted as the most beautiful, the best, the most popular, and as someone coming out of Y2K, the Y2K generation, those images stick with you even to the point where you're, you know, in your 30s and you're like, oh my gosh.
Oh, like, it totally does.
I immediately was like jarred. But I think her singing was amazing. I mean, she acted and was
funny.
She was so good in it.
Her and Bowen Yang have such good like chemistry. He plays one of her best friends. And then at one point when she's like faints and he like lifts her and carries her away, I'm like, I imagine that's how Ariana Grande leaves every room in real life, honestly.
Yeah, I do think the personality of Glinda is very close to Ariana's actual personality.
Very like self-centered and like thinks that she's just hot shit.
Who knows if this was ever true, but there was a rumor that for a very long time Ariana would not let anyone photograph the left side of her face.
Oh my God.
Like to the point where all of the people at her concerts, like the professional photographers would have to be on the like right side so that they couldn't capture it. So Ariana has always had a very big diva vibe. Follow her from the donut licking all the way to...
The donut licking is what put me over the edge with her. I was like, this is just so like looking down. Like that felt very classist to me. And that's where I was like,
I hate America. Yeah. Cynthia Erivo did amazing. I think that the acting that she did was so amazing. The singing she did. She's a Broadway person.
She was wonderful. I mean, she's been a little over the top in the press.
Oh my God. The press story has been so...
It's been so funny. They're just like all over each other.
They're all over each other and then just bawling their eyes out the entire time.
But you know, a lot of people are listening to Defying Gravity and holding space for that. Like, and they're just like grasping hands and weeping.
No, not grasping hands.
Like nails, grasping the nail.
It's literally someone's holding space for you. And Shauna going,
I didn't know they were doing that.
No, that's too much. It's holding the nail. It's literally, she's only holding her nail. She's not even touching her finger.
Just the one fingernail.
Yeah, she's just holding her nail.
That makes me so uncomfortable.
Yeah, like
it's been a little over the top, and I'm glad that this press tour is going to be ending.
Now, it's a part one. Exactly. It's a part one.
Jeff Goldblum's in it. He's wonderful as the Wizard of Oz. Michelle Yeoh is Madame Morrible. I didn't realize this, but Peter Dinklage plays the voice of Dr. Dillamond.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which makes sense because I liked him.
You couldn't figure that out?
No, I'm really bad at that sometimes.
Okay.
I'm so
you gotta
bad
see a
at
face.
That. Yeah, and then sometimes I'm face blind, like with Hot Frosty. I'm just not good at human interactions. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I would pop Wicked. It's got a 90%, I think, on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it's just going to be kind of like a cultural thing that like everybody's going to be talking about for a long time. Like Barbie grasped us all for months, and I think it's Wicked right now, and
it's wicked cool.
It's so wicked.
As two non-theater people, you like musicals, but like not a theater kid, not a musical person. I actually really did enjoy it. Yeah. I do think it could have been a little bit shorter.
It got a little long in the tooth there in the middle.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I think it could have been 2 hours and 20 minutes, but I think from everything I've read online for people who are theater kids, musical obsessed, like it is just such a love letter to that.
It's everything that they wanted. Yes. So, and I'm glad that we didn't have any singers in the audience in our theater.
Oh,
that would have annoyed me so hard.
We did have a standing clap at the end of Defying Gravity.
We did have a standing ovation.
And I was like, oh, okay.
When she hits that note,
yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that they actually like Cynthia Erivo's rendition of Defying Gravity more than Idina Menzel's.
Adele Dazeem. Sorry.
Is that it?
No, it's Idina Menzel, but John Travolta was introducing her at the Oscars years ago. And he said, ladies and gentlemen, Adele Dazeem. He just made it up. Oh. I'm sorry, keep going. I'll send you the clip. It's amazing.
I know what you're talking about, but I was like,
did I say it wrong? Idina Menzel's in Wicked. Spoiler. Sorry. That's a total spoiler. Yeah. I mean, she has a little pop-up cameo. She's wonderful. But.
Yes. No, I think it was really, really good. I'm excited for part 2. It's going to come out exactly a year from now.
Yes.
They've already filmed it.
Nice.
And so that's really nice. And I will say, if you saw the trailer for it, the trailer made it look very CGI. It's actually not.
There's a lot of practical sets. I was thinking that too. They're
all
beautiful.
Those tulips in the movie, all real.
Really?
All real.
Oh, that's
1,000
beautiful.
tulips planted.
Love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So we're going to pop that. And I think that includes our look at the Hallmark cinematic universe. What do we say? The Mean Girls cinematic universe. Yeah. Our
the
take on Wicked.
Sexy sentient snowmen.
Sexy sentient snowmen. We'll never get over those.
Yeah. Chad Michael Murray's abs.
We talked a lot about abs.
Yeah. Well,
I love it.
Netflix.
It's what we like. Netflix knows what we like for Christmas. Horny.
Oh my gosh. Okay. On this note, I will say.
On the note of being horny.
No, on the note of being horny. But have you ever looked at someone's Netflix for the first time and you're like, I feel like I'm seeing into their soul?
Ooh, no, but I guess I could see that. Like if somebody saw my Netflix and was like, bitch, how many times have you watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop it.
So I once had a boyfriend who...
Oh, God.
I fell asleep and just passed out and he was trying to find something on Netflix. And I woke up in the morning and he was like, the amount of true crime and horror.
Are you doing okay?
Are you doing all right?
No.
And I had that moment this weekend and I was like, this feels like I'm really seeing into someone's soul. And I don't know about that.
If you go through somebody's HBO history, I feel like that'd be worse.
Yeah.
Softcore.
Well, we know Shauna's.
Softcore.
Softcore
I like it
Shauna.
when they kiss a little bit. Yeah. I just want them to kiss and be in love. No, last time I did that was in a hotel room because it was there. No one else was around and it was really dumb.
No.
And you watch Softcore.
Was it better than Hot Frosty?
No. Hot Frosty was better.
Okay.
This was a lot of just rubbing thighs.
Oh,
anyway,
okay.
we want to, on that note, we want to wish everyone out there the happiest of holidays and a bright, shiny new year. Happy Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, everybody. Before we go, let's tell everyone where they can find us on social media.
You can find me, Olivia, on Instagram at Livy Maries, Livimariez.
You can find me, Shauna, on Instagram and Threads at Shauna Trinidad, ShaunaTrinidad. Don't forget, you can find the Pop Culture Junkie podcast social media links and more on our website, popculturejunkie.com. From there, you can find our podcast on all platforms where you can follow, subscribe, rate, and review the show as your present to us. And join our Patreon at the stocking stuffer level of $1 a month. We'll give you a special shout out in an episode of the show. And for the wrapped gift level, $5 a month, you'll get access to our uncensored video version of the podcast up to a week early, which is mostly just me and Olivia grabbing each other's fingernails and waving our arms wildly in the air, smacking the microphone every once in a while. And of course, every subscription helps us bring you more of the very best of pop culture. Find us at patreon.com/popculturejunkiepodcast. Sign up, get that sneak peek, or we can say your name with our own lips. Mwah. And come back next time for another hit of pop culture.
The Pop Culture Junkie podcast is produced by Jeff Markin and Cheryl Lightfoot for the Pop Culture Entertainment Network.